Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
And it is the Call Flow Radio Show here on WFLO AM 870. We're streaming online at WFLO.net and broadcasting live from the Francis E. Wood studio in downtown Farmville. I'm John Staten. Noah Massage here to my left. Right on your radio dial, I guess.
That's right, John.
That's right.
That's right, John.
That's right.
Hey, how you doing today, John?
Oh, I'm Peachy Keen as always.
John.
Oh, yeah. It's another wonderful day in the sun.
That sounds like a song, John. Are you quoting song lyrics on me?
Yeah, me and John Denver are like this. All right, so, or whoever.
I did something unusual this morning.
What's that?
I got a coffee from Sheetz.
And it looked like you got breakfast from Sheetz as well.
No, John.
Where'd the breakfast part come from?
Burger King, which is even more unusual and honestly unsafe. No, I'm kidding.
Did you get the croissant?
No. I got a breakfast burrito because I believe in the burrito.
They did breakfast burritos.
It's interesting.
Cool.
I'm a big believer in burritos. Burritos for the people. I think everybody has the right to a burrito, and especially a breakfast kind. And the Burger King, they have a whole hash brown in the burrito.
In the burrito?
In the burrito.
Wow.
And also in the burrito is their special sauce, if you know what I mean.
Ketchup and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm going to throw up, John. Watch out. John, when we get around to doing the oddities, boy, do I have a story for you, John. I saw this one, I was like, whoa.
Is it from the one we normally look at?
No. It's a special story, John, just for you.
For me?
Yeah. Well, how was your weekend, man? I haven't even asked. I didn't even get a chance to ask you. A lot of moaning going on right now.
Well,
a lot of grunts.
Let's just say, nah.
Oh,
I can sum it up in one word. Nah.
Can you ring that
Everything
bell?
was good up until Sunday, like always.
Ring that bell. There you go.
There you go. So there you go.
All right.
Oh, let me do some on this day in history type stuff before we get really into it.
We're going to get, I mean it, John.
Yeah.
We are going to get so deep into it. No. Hold on.
No.
Before you do that, I think this is more important. Maybe you can correct me.
I doubt it, but go ahead. I'm just messing.
Did you watch the debates?
What debate?
The retirement, I don't know, old people's home debate. I don't know what you would call that.
Oh, that's ageism there.
But I mean, okay. Did you watch the debate between the guy who didn't answer questions and the guy who couldn't answer questions?
I watched.
That's a better way to put it.
Other people watching it is what I watched.
If that's not scary, and if we should, I mean, I feel like I'm planning like. I don't know, man. I'm getting concerned for this country. This is like...
That's the sad part. People are just starting to get concerned. They should have been concerned a long time ago.
They should have been concerned after the JFK assassination. Been like, hey, what's up with that? Am I right?
No, as long as we're getting what we think we're getting, we're okay, right?
Yeah, well, the government's a tricky organization. And there's a lot... and they're tricky people, John. What can I say?
They're very tricky.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
To pull off a trick, you have to fall for a trick, too.
I don't think Joe Biden can fall for a trick because I don't think he would know that we're trying to trick him. Wow. It's scary because, the thing is, like, when you see Joe Biden on, giving, these little speeches and he messes up, you're like, well, it's just a little speech. Maybe it's nerves. But when you watch, a whole 2-hour debate of this one man, you can see from the start to the immediate decline to just nothing. His closing statements, I think was and so Obamacare, sure, okay, that's it. It was so so short. I think he had time left, and the lady was like, hey, you have 30 seconds left, and he was like, oh yeah, pizza is good too. All right. My time is done. And then I don't know, man. And then you had Trump being like, being like, Joe Biden couldn't hit a golf ball 50 feet. I just won 2 golf tournaments last week. And it's like, does anybody even care what's going on? Like, I don't know, man. Did you have any thoughts about it? It was just kind of concerning, to say the least, and to say the most. It's
I didn't
terrifying.
see anything that I didn't already know. What I saw was what I've been seeing for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I really don't have anything to add other than thank you, everyone, for catching up.
John's been ahead of the curve since 2022.
Well, if anybody with, bother to take, a few seconds or minutes to observe, it shouldn't be that shocking. It really shouldn't. I'm sorry. Anybody that, I didn't realize it was this bad. Where have you been?
You do have to admit, it was not this bad during the 2020 election. Like
but it has been for some time, for some years now, and
it has dropped. Like when I go shopping at Walmart and I bring groceries inside, and like a bag just breaks open, it dropped like that, John, just on the ground, hard, directly. Wow, what's going to happen, John?
I don't know, because
I'm making plans to move to Canada.
Who we got running things is not how I went with in the election process. So, sorry, I lost.
That's the great thing about democracy.
So you all get to lose with me, finally. All right, now,
all right,
we can enjoy that together in our togetherness.
Yeah.
We can embrace and enjoy the fact that we're losing. All right.
Sure.
And in that, we can be cathartic in the loss.
That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Oprah.
I can BS this thing all day. But anyway.
Wow, John.
This will make you feel
I didn't know you had words like just to soothe my soul like that. That's
well, that's the kind of words people use to.
Why don't you give that bell a ring, John? If you're not going to use that bell as it should be, I'll take it over here.
Take the bell.
I'll feel the bell.
The Liberty Bell.
Oh, thank you, John.
It's all rusted and corrupted, just like the government.
That was perfect, John. That was
observational humor,
great timing,
which is what I'm really good at.
Great timing on that one, John.
Oh, well, hey. That's why they pay me the big bucks, right? 1867. This has got national jive to it. Yeah. Dominion of Canada established. There you go.
All right. Way to go, Canada.
You love Canada, don't you?
I would move there. I'm considering moving there, and after all of
Canuck.
this, I just want to say sorry to people, and I want to have people say sorry to me. And people in Canada are very apologetic. So
they beat us to because ours aren't. We don't have it till the 4th. We don't have our July 4th thing until then.
That's right, John.
So there you go. It was so here we go. So they got their day on today. 1867.
Congratulations, Canada. Yeah. Way to go, guys.
No one does it better. All right. Let's see. How about this? This is not too long ago, 2020. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. Have you heard of that wonderful phrase? A controversial trade pact that took effect in 1994. That would have been when I was running things.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Bill Clinton.
I did not golf with that woman.
Oh, that's good, Bill. I'm glad you didn't.
Was replaced by the United States, Mexico, Canada agreement.
I was watching some great footage about the whole Bill Clinton scandal thing, right. And there was this footage from a bar in California or somewhere, and it's everybody is gathered around these gigantic CRT TV, the big tube TVs,
right?
And he's like, well, yeah. It did happen. And everybody's just this. There's this one guy who looks directly in the camera with his jaw just dropped, and everybody's just "Whoa, we didn't. What's going on here?" Well,
what was really silly about that? I think they played it together back to back. It was only a week or two that he had said he hadn't.
Yeah,
and then you get the line drop of, well, indeed, it turned out. Like he didn't.
Well, I fooled you guys.
Somebody informed me that it did happen, and of course the argument was, well, what's the big deal, and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Fine, but I can take that argument a little further.
Sure.
If he's going to lie about that, and it's meaningless, what he's lying about, what's the things that are meaningful that he is also more than likely
everything?
Lying about? Exactly.
Everything.
That was my side in that whole ordeal. Not what happened per se. But the fact that he would lie about that Probably means he's lying about some other things too, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, what president?
No,
I mean,
not me.
think about JFK. I mean, he was having an affair with Marilyn Monroe, out of all people. Like that was a truly just a time of being alive and being like, what's happening? You know,
we can't talk about
Camelot.
We can't.
Young mob. The son of a mob boss.
Son of a mob boss.
Weren't they? The Kennedys were bootleggers, John, which is even more.
So they had something in
shocking.
common with the Dukes of Hazzard. That's pretty good. 2004, iconic American motion picture and stage actor Marlon Brando, the most celebrated of the method actors, died on this day, 2004, at the age of 80.
Unfortunate. Some of my favorite films are starring Marlon Brando. I think of On the Waterfront being number one, about like a longshoreman, and like a murder happens and he's like protesting it, and there's a priest involved, and it's a lot of just like fighting back and forth. There's a love interest. It's great. And then also The Godfather, of course. A Streetcar Named Desire. John, have you seen that movie?
A street cart?
Yeah,
named.
Sorry, did I say street cart?
It sounded like it.
I think I did. I think I'm thinking of like a street cart, like a hot dog vendor stand.
Right. Get your hot dogs here.
A street cart named Desire. Cart.
Red hot.
I think I said cart again. I'm just gonna stop now, John.
Okay.
Do you have any favorite Marlon Brando films? What are those?
Superman.
Are you serious? Was he in Superman?
Jor-El. He's his dad.
I never seen
on Krypton.
I guess
gives
I
this
never
wonderful
seen.
speech at the very beginning. This is no fantasy, and the whole a great line for a movie that's based totally on fantasy. And I don't know. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's a powerful actor.
Well, they say they got that movie rolling because of him and Gene Hackman. So they cast both those guys before they really had a director or anything else, but they had the big names to draw attention to the film.
Yeah.
And so that's what was cool about that. And so, yeah, my first exposure to Marlon Brando was the Superman film. Because, I don't know, it just, he, supposedly he told Richard Donner, who ended up being the director of that film, he would try to talk his way out of actually being in scenes and stuff like that. What if they were a bagel? If they looked like a green suitcase, and stuff like that. And
that phone number again, guys.
Yeah, that phone number.
434-394-0924. I do love to hear John talk about Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman some more, though. Gene Hackman is an American actor.
Another great actor.
Truly one of his kind. Like, he is a person that just inspires great performances. I think of the movie...
And that number again.
The Conversation with Gene Hackman from 1974 that also co-starred Gene Hackman. Sorry.
I can bail you out here. 2002,
oh, thanks, John.
The International Criminal Court established to prosecute and adjudicate...
No way.
Individuals accused of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity began sittings. 2002. 1990. I don't want to do that. Well, we can do it. 1997. The Crown Colony of Hong Kong officially reverted to Chinese sovereignty, ending a 156 years of British rule. Did not realize that.
Yeah.
British.
What's up with the Brits, John? Do you like the British? Do you hate... I don't want to say you hate the British, but do you hate the British?
Well, they live there, and we live here. There you go. 1979.
John,
we heard this one on the OFA.
Okay.
It's the Sony Walkman.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
All right.
Love the Sony Walkman.
Sony began...
You know who... I'm sorry. I interrupted.
That's all right. Sony began selling its Walkman, a portable cassette player, an international sensation. The device changed the way people listen to music. Now, I know... this means nothing to you at all, cause
John. I love how, since I'm born in 2002, means none of my parents, none of my siblings had these pieces of technologies. I grew up your
parents, I could see, but not
my brothers.
Siblings.
My brother,
okay.
brother Bob,
brother Bob,
brother Bobby, Babaruski. No, we've all had. I mean, when I was like, and this is going to show how not in the know I was. When I was like 8, right? I thought the NES, like the original Nintendo that had like the original Zelda on it, I thought that was still like one of the greatest consoles, like new. And by that point, the 360 was out. But I was like, oh, the NES, like the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Wow.
Well, it all depends on your age and when you're
guess.
exposed to these things. My nephew fell in love with the Sega Genesis.
That's pretty cool.
That I had in the basement
That's
that
nice.
I had growing up. So until he knew that became
there were
fully
more.
aware that there was more
There's
stuff.
more to this world.
But
than
1979,
Sega
I didn't realize. I mean, it's always interesting, even CDs, how far back they went, as opposed to when I was exposed to them to like it was a thing.
I mean, laser discs are just like gigantic,
CDs.
big, fat CDs that take up a half of the room.
large DVDs, if you want to call it.
Yeah, a DVD, not a CD. I'm sorry.
Same
But
thing.
yeah, like disc technology really started with the vinyl. You know, with the record, it was shaped as a disc. It had that little like thing in the middle that was like a hole they put on the record player or record player, as I guess that's what they call them.
Right.
Yeah, disc technologies have been happening since like the dawn of the plate, like the kitchen plate. You know, because it was also shaped like a disc. Now, granted, you couldn't play music off of it or watch movies, but you could eat. I'm sorry. I'm looking at John and the total confusion on his face and just like, John, walk me. I was going to say this though, John.
What's that?
You know, Danny Husky.
No,
salesman?
who's that?
He's our salesman.
Oh.
We know Danny Husky.
Right.
Do you remember that time he walked in and he was like, "Man, I used to listen to this song on my Walkman," and then he was like, "It was what was his name? Oh, John." Help me out.
I don't remember.
Okay, never mind then. But I was like, Danny, you used to work out with the Walkman? He was like, yeah. It was like somebody like Steve Miller Band. It might have been Steve Miller Band.
Okay.
It was something like that.
Right.
Funny. I don't know.
I had them. They didn't seem to last very long, if I recall.
Did you take care of it, John? Did you change its
I
batteries?
asked to do it too much. I asked for it to play tapes.
Is that all you did, John?
Yeah,
did
pretty
you
much.
drop it?
Not that I
Drop
recall.
it. That's probably...
1968, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the USSR,
Oh, boy.
and 50 other states signed the nuclear. Are you a nuclear or nuclear non-proliferation? Hey, I like that treaty in an attempt to halt the spread of nuclear weapons. So I don't know what you're worried about. That's been going on now since 1968.
Yeah.
So we're all good there.
We're fine, guys.
I think so.
No worries.
All right, last one for me is 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg, one of the most important battles of the American Civil War.
That's it?
1863. There's more, but that's all I'm willing to do.
Okay.
I've had my fill.
All right, John. Well, as long as John has had his fill,
That's
he
all
has had his fill. Yeah.
I've had
Very
my
nice.
fill.
Good job, John, with your fill.
There you go.
That was a good scoop, John. It's a good scoop of the news.
Yeah.
That phone number again. You can call in. You can send an email, or you can write us a letter at 434. Not at this number, but you can call in at this number 434-394-0924. If you want to talk about John's taste in Superman movies, maybe we can get to the bottom of the reason why he loves them so much. Or maybe if you want to talk about Farmville, I mean, we have the Fireworks After Dark coming up soon, John, so that's going to be exciting. I better see you out there. You better not be home. You better not be sleeping. John, it starts at 6.
It doesn't now.
It does start at 6, so by the time you get off, you can just come on downtown and, watch them fireworks, John.
I could.
I think you should.
I could.
John, what are you doing, John?
Yep. The Fireworks After Dark is July 3rd, not July 4th.
Did I say July 4th? I don't think I said July. I didn't give a specific day. I just
Well, it
said
does say
something else.
Farmville's 4th of July celebration.
Yeah.
But it does say July 3rd, 6 to 10 p.m. downtown. Speaking of which, we won't be doing this show July 4th.
I don't like the sound of that, John.
Well, you can come in and do it if you want.
Would it be like a one-man show?
Yeah.
Will you not be here? You're not going to be here?
Well, they would like for us to
Take
take that day
no worries.
off.
No worries.
But if you feel the need to come out here and do the program,
I would love a best of Call Flow. You know how they
matter
had
of fact, if you out there think Noah should be doing the program on July 4th, you can give us a call now.
or even today, we can switch it around. We still have time left. It's okay. Sorry.
But anyway, no, you're fine.
No, okay.
So they're going to have like food,
They're going to have food, so not food, but just things that are like food.
something that's edible,
Like a
I'm
balloon that looks like a burger.
sure. Yeah,
All
music.
right. Music, okay.
Because
Yeah.
you're going to be there on the street with your spoons, right? And you're
I'm gonna be playing the dumpsters,
Okay.
with my spoons.
There you go. Fireworks, obviously.
Wait, there's gonna be fireworks at the 4th of July celebration
It's right
in
here in
downtown
bold
Farmville.
print. Yes, for all to see. And guess what? The added bonus,
Yeah,
the coup de grace, fun. It's going to be some fun happening. So there
John.
you go.
Of course, anytime you get people together with fireworks, fun is just a matter of time. You know.
Mm-hmm. And it's presented by the town of Farmville, of course, Farmville Area Chamber of Commerce, and Farmville Downtown Partnership.
Excelente. That's going to be a good event. I better see you out there, John. You better be on the streets.
I'll be the guy dressed like Uncle Sam.
Will you really? Or are you just saying that so you don't have to come out?
Oh, you'll see me there.
John, I have a feeling like you're just pulling my chain. Like you're just pulling my leg.
I don't think so. Hey, we got one more minute before we have to actually do it.
And I bet you're elated.
Pretty much. Can't wait to
Oh, goodness, John.
partake.
I know. You do love. I combine like and love. You lie.
What's that again?
I don't know.
No,
Look.
I'm sure there's nothing in that.
I don't know what they put in there, John. I saw somebody pour vodka
Boy,
in a
needs
cup.
rum.
Yeah. No, look, I know you love giving the weather. That's like one of your favorite things is giving weather.
Well, I feel like I do it quite often.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're so good at it. Well, you should. You should do it quite often.
I'm almost doing it in my sleep these days.
Are you really?
Mostly cloudy.
John, you should. I mean, like, you got something really good there.
Yeah, I do.
Man, John, you
And
were...
with all that,
yeah.
we are now where we need to be.
No way.
That would be the bottom of the hour.
all right.
8:30, according to my
All right,
calculations.
well, I'm gonna head out now. I'll see you
All
later,
right.
John.
Okay, well, Noah, that's it for him, and we hope to see him sometime soon. This edition of The Weather is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. With over 30 years of banking experience, I'm here to help you finance your commercial, agricultural, or personal project. Give us a call at 391-1136 or stop by our downtown office at 216 North Main Street, where you'll find old-school personal assistance with attention to detail. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, for today, sunny and a high near 81. Tonight, clear with a low around... I can't get over the fact that it's going to get as low as 56 this evening, but that's what it says. Tuesday, sunny, a high near 85. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 60. Wednesday, sunny, a high near 88. And Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 67. I could drop this as far as what they're calling for right now for Independence Day, but it's 30% chance of showers, thunderstorms. But at least maybe that's why they were smart enough to move it up, the fireworks.
Yeah.
Because the rain's coming in on Thursday, if it does.
It
But
does.
your mic's not on.
It's okay.
It's-
I'm not giving the weather.
I've corrected it. And the reason I only go 3 days is because the weather changes inside of the actual day you're giving the weather. It never really stays, but so consistent. So I feel like the best way to sound like we're not totally off the rails is if we don't read too far into the weather.
Well, John, you gotta believe that the weather will come true.
So let me finish this up. Humidity, 63%.
Yeah.
The winds are northeast, if you're wondering, and 14 miles per hour, but the gusts are as high as 21 miles per hour.
Wow. Watch out there.
You'll notice the difference. Barometer 30.08. Overcast skies right now, 65 currently here at right now. at WFLO, the Bank of Charlotte County, with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. And now the moment that Noah Massage and all of our listeners have been waiting for, the birthday calendar, is brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, business formations, and collections. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
And with those birthdays, here's Noah Massage. Give them to him, Noah.
Okay, thank you, Louie. Appreciate it. Hey guys, Noah Massage here. I got some birthdays, everybody.
Lay them down for him.
We got Mary Duncan, who's turning 1. Oh no, that's for the first. I'm sorry. Mary
Big one.
from Dillwyn. Happy birthday, Mary Duncan. Duncombe. Also,
It is Duncombe, I believe.
okay, Duncombe.
Because I think I saw it earlier.
My jaw doesn't work like that. Turn up the music a little bit, John. Come on, we're having fun here. And we also have Jesse Roberts, Ashton Knight, Beth Robertson, Liam Watson, George and Rennie Booker. That's an anniversary, John.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell by the double name there, and then the last name means an anniversary. Okay. We also have, last one, but not least, Tracy Hammonds.
Tracy Hammonds.
How would you say it, John? It's Hammonds.
That's exactly how I would say it.
Tracy, have a great day. Jesse, Ashton, Beth, Liam, George and Rennie, and, of course, Barry, who's turning 1 today. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoy your, much-deserved birthday and anniversary. And call in if you want to talk and just have talk about this day. And we also have many more birthdays probably. So if we didn't name your birthday or we didn't say it or your anniversary, you can call in at 434-394-0924, or you can send an email to birthdays@wflo.net.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
That was great, John. I love that music.
And for the right legal advice,
Hey, watch your mic there, John.
I'm sorry. Well, it looks like a punching bag.
Is that how you treated your Walkman, John? Just give
Pretty
it a couple
much.
of punches.
For the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, Main Street, Farmville. Yeah, I figured when you and I do the show, I'll throw the jazzy bed in for you.
Each week should be a different.
Well, I'll let you worry about that.
Okay. No.
No. There you go. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
Ring the bell. So those are our local celebrities. Time now for the Hollyweird celebrities for today. Actor Jamie Farr turns 90. Do you know who Jamie Farr is?
Let me
You got to look it up.
I actually know his face. What does he play in?
He played Corporal Klinger in MASH.
Okay, that's probably.
I don't know if he's a corporal or not, but he played.
Played
the guy that was trying to get out of the service by dressing up as a woman.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yep, that was what he was mostly known for. That was where he got his big break. Was that, and stayed on the show for a long time,
Very long time,
till the very end. Yeah, so he turns 90. Wow. Let's see. Your fun fact: he portrayed Jacob Marley in the film Scrooged. I never really saw that one.
So Scrooge McDuck.
It's probably the one with Bill Murray.
Okay.
And I've never seen that.
Yeah.
So that's why. Now I heard this one on the OFA this morning. Actor Dan Aykroyd turned 72.
Happy birthday. Dan Aykroyd is in some of the greatest movies, the funniest movies of all time.
And some of the weirdest and dumbest movies.
That's right, John. Yeah. He was in that movie. I was telling you about it. I think you said you watched it, but it's basically, it's got the kid from Home Alone in it, and it's like a kid's Okay, I'll just continue with the
You might wanna
birthdays.
look it up.
I'm going to find it.
It's not the one I was thinking you were going to say. Here's your fun fact. Dan Aykroyd was one of the writers for the screenplay of Spies Like Us, another movie that he starred in. And
My Girl with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, I've heard of that film, but I've never actually seen it.
You know what happens, John? He dies of bee stings.
The boy does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really because like the movie is like a fun it's a youth film, and then it takes that turn and so you're like, what am I even watching at this point? Because like, oh, I thought this was just like a fun, kind of sweet movie, makes you feel good. It's very depressing movie to watch. John slugging back a soda.
This is how
Sody Pop. Coca-Cola Zero.
This is how I cope with those kind of stories.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, Dan Aykroyd, 72. What else do we have? Okay. Do you know who Alan Ruck is?
No.
Actor Alan Ruck turned 68. Your fun fact, played the first captain of the Enterprise B, Star Trek Generations. I did not know that, but I can tell you what I do know him from. First thing I ever saw him in was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He plays the buddy that Ferris has go with him on. Of course, he's a lot older looking now, but
yeah,
he also ended up on the TV show with Michael J. Fox that he had on ABC for a while called Spin City, where Michael J. Fox was like the assistant to the mayor of the town they were in, and Alan Ruck's character was one of the people in the office that worked there as well. But Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he played Cameron. Camden. Was it Cameron, I think. When Cameron was in Egypt land, let my people Cameron go. Yeah, he was acting like he was sick. And
way down in Egypt land.
Ferris talked him into coming out. And
what's with all the Louis Armstrong references, John? I mean, I love it. He sings this song. Come on.
What song?
Let My People Go.
Oh. You know his repertoire more than I do. Go. All right, here's another one, and you won't believe it.
I won't.
Pamela Anderson turns 57 today.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
Fun fact, originally from a town on Vancouver Island. I knew she was a Canuck, a Canadian. Happy Canada Day, by the way. And drink some Canada Dry and celebrate with the rest of them. I knew she was a Canadian because when they first discovered her, she was discovered, if I recall, at a Canadian football game. So where they had the Megatron or whatever that thing is, you know, that as they pan the crowd, she was wearing a T-shirt for some type of Canadian beer, I guess, at the time. And she might have been the official girl for that beer company or something like that. I don't remember now exactly, but I remember that she was on the Titletron or whatever you want to call it. And Megatron. That's a Transformers reference, I guess. But anyway, she's 50. Yes. She's 57. What's that?
Very nice. Very nice. No, nothing.
Okay. Rapper, is Missy Elliott a rapper?
I guess.
I thought she was a singer at one time, but anyway. Rapper Missy Elliott turns 53, if you're keeping score at home. And let's see, we got a caller. We'll see who this is. Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Happy Canada Day.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
What? Oh, you're welcome. We're spreading the love.
Yes. So, you guys going to be at the festival then?
We're going to be dressed up so you won't recognize us. So we're going to be sneaking about. John and I are going to be hightailing the alleys and scaring. Yeah, I don't know. John, are you?
Well,
okay.
If you two are the only ones dressed up, then we would still know.
Oh man,
that's true.
I think we should blend in. I think that'd be very funny, John.
So there's not gonna. What's that?
Oh no, I was gonna ask you. Are you gonna be there, caller?
I think so. Yes, at the very least, watch the fireworks from abroad, from afar. But yes, something close. Yes, but so you're not going to have a booth.
I'm not going to say no because I haven't been notified. I don't know.
I don't think. Are there going to be booths? I don't
know.
I think.
yeah, there's,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I know. There's going to be a concert with the what's that band called?
The Castaways.
The Castaways.
One of Noah's personal favorites.
It's It's a jam. I like to jam out to the Castaways at night. But yeah, no, I think I think we're going to be out and about. John, I'm hoping John can make it. I mean, John, I think you should. I think it would be fun
if my Uncle Sam outfit comes in on time.
Okay, so just,
oh my God,
I'm still waiting.
Oh, your Call Flow T-shirt, so everybody can pick you out. Writing autographs and picture booth, and oh my goodness.
I'll be signing parking tickets more than anything, I think. I don't know.
Oh heavens. But you know, I was, and it's probably only funny to me.
What's that?
But when you were doing the birthdays,
yeah,
and you only have a few birthdays every now and then.
True.
But I thought it'd be funny if you guys were in China doing birthdays, and there's like 6,000 birthdays today. But
that'd be the whole show. We'd have to change the name.
It would be. I know. Just say, all right, all the Wongs say, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And so.
Never gave it that much thought, but you brought up an interesting thing for us to ponder there.
Mm-hmm. For just a second?
For just a second.
But you guys were talking about the superheroes on the who to select. And I think that as a tradition, we should stay with American superheroes. I think the last wasn't Superman. Was he from abroad? And then Spider-Man. I think he also was.
From
the last two guys.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the actors that are playing them?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. So Henry Cavill, obviously British. And I want to say the younger guy that was playing Spider-Man. I think he is as well.
Tobey Maguire.
And then
the newer kid.
I
can't think of his name. Is it? I can't think of his name.
Not Garfunkel or Garfield. Andrew Garfunkel. Andrew Garfield.
Sounds of silence.
I think Wonder Woman they even switched up.
Well, I know she's. Is she Israeli? No. What is she?
I don't know. She's a cutie. That's what I know.
Yeah, she's cute,
but for sure.
I'm not sure. But yeah, you're right. Well, that's what I understand is why they had to have the other actresses that were on the island with her speak more like her because she couldn't change her accent.
Okay.
Or something like that, or dialect, whatever you want to call it. So I know that was a thing. So yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, Batman, even Christian Bale or whatever his name is, he's not an American actor.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh.
But we got Cro-Magnon Man playing him now from what was it, the vampire teenager movies they had there for a while. He's been Batman all of one film so far. So I guess he's an American. And the guy that's playing Superman now, was it Corn Sweat or whatever his name is, he's an American. So I guess they're going back to the Americana actors now.
All right.
I haven't heard about Wonder Woman yet, but I think they will be recasting that part at some point, if they even survive. I think everything's riding on this Superman film they're trying to make, that they're in the middle of making right now. If that bombs, that may be the final nail in the coffin. I don't know.
Oh, maybe we're just getting overwhelmed.
Well, that happens to all the genres. At some point, you start. It's just like with music or anything else. Everybody jumps on that particular bandwagon, and it just plays itself out.
Taylor Swift.
They just beat it.
Taylor Swift's not going anywhere.
Oh, come on, John. I give her another year.
She's the new Madonna. She'll be here until she's at least, I don't know,
40,
60.
Oh, I know. She'll be performing on stage in a walker, singing like a virgin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Madonna had a good run. I mean, she had to have been in her close to 50s when they finally stopped forcing her down our throat. It seemed like it anyway.
John, come on, you loved it.
Oh, yeah.
We all know you're a big Madonna
She
fan.
had some okay songs, but I'm sure somebody else was writing them. I mean, but no, I'll give her her due. She was able to be relevant for a long time.
Yeah, so get it while you can, huh?
And she did some acting as well. She was in, like A League of Their Own, and what it was. Speaking of superheroes, she was in that Dick Tracy film.
Was she?
Yep. That what's his name? What? I've never actually seen the film. I've seen bits of it. Came out in the early '90s. It would have been after the Batman craze with Michael Keaton. They did, yeah, because that was a thing. I mean, all that stuff, like I said, it goes back to what I was just saying. Whatever comes out and is a big hit, then everybody has to jump on it and try to do their own version of whatever. So Batman's big hit. Hey, let's bring back Dick Tracy or whoever.
So then, in your opinion, which Batman actor do you think would have, if you envisioned Batman as a real person, which one would it have been?
Based off of the ones that have played the part?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Good question. Well, I'll have to be honest and say I didn't. When I first heard the news as a kid that Michael Keaton was going to be Batman, I was part of that group that was like, Mr. Mom, really? But in the suit, I mean, that was the thing about that movie. Once you saw him in the suit, it was cool looking, but I became really aware at that point, well, gee, anybody can be Batman as long as they got that cool suit.
Even Madonna could be Batman, John.
She could have been.
Could have been. Still maybe.
But a good question. I don't know. I guess I'll have to say I'm not a big Ben Affleck fan, but I thought his costume was the coolest.
Yeah, he looked the most physical.
Yeah.
And some of them say that Batman would not have been considered a superhero because he had no
powers.
What would you call it? Yes, no, unhumanly powers.
Right. Well, that's the funny thing about Batman. Batman, you're right, he doesn't have any superpowers except his fan base has gotten so insane that his superpower is he can't be hurt at all. He can take on characters like Superman without any problem whatsoever, and yet we're supposed to believe that his rogues gallery is a danger to him. So he can take out Superman without any, sweating a storm or anything like that. But the Joker gives him problems. I don't know, and yet it's all based in the fact that Batman's the most relatable hero because he's the one that's based more in realistic realism or whatever. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I have a beef. I have a beef against the Batman can do no wrong thing. Sorry, Batman to me was Adam West.
Okay.
That's the real answer, John.
Doink.
That's my favorite Batman. That's the only one I care about.
Well, you should.
It's kind of shticky. It's like how Batman always should have been. Like that comic. It got
unbeknownst
to
a lot of fans.
Dramatic.
That's the way Batman was when that show was being made.
Yeah, just like these goofy. It was like Scooby Doo.
This
Batman.
Clint Eastwood version of Batman that everybody has fallen in love with was a Frank Miller what if story that took off, and then everybody made it canon. And I don't know if I should be talking about this because I know we've sent most people back into a coma or something, and this is geek talk, and I admit, I guess I'm in that group. So you're more of a you think Ben Affleck is that the one for you, or do you have another one?
Because I would have pictured him being just physical, like he can take on the gang of bad guys,
right?
But he looks like he would be the most physical.
Yeah, out of the ones that have played him so far, I would agree. Yeah, but usually it's the stuntmen that are in the suits of the real Batman.
Yes. Yeah, even the Superman. They play rolled that one good. I like that.
Yeah. And I forget about Val Kilmer playing Batman because some people could say, well, Val Kilmer was probably a pretty good Batman. I just didn't like that movie that much, but that happens. Well, that's the same thing for the Superman you're talking about. I thought Henry Cavill was fine. I just didn't think the movies were that good. But
no, or Or Clooney. George Clooney wasn't I could never have pictured him being Batman.
All I see him when I see that is that thing he does where he smiles and does his head bob every once in a while. I just yeah. Well, that movie really almost killed that franchise. That's why they waited for a while before they brought back the Batman with Christian Bale. Because up until that point, up until that movie, that was the last Batman film, the one with Clooney in it. Man, that was terrible. That had Schwarzenegger, Uma Thurman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was bad.
Uh-huh.
Poor Arnold had all those bad puns and one-liners. Chill and cool party and all that sort of stuff. That was a bad... I actually remember at the old Farmville Theater, where Pace is at now, I was going to go watch that film. It hadn't gotten the bad mouth reputation yet. It was still fairly new. And I see a friend of mine that I'd gone to school with, and he was coming out, and he goes, what are you coming to see? And I was like, I'm going to go see Batman. And he goes, you're going to go see that? So he either caught word of it already, or he'd seen it himself. Maybe he was just walking out of it. I don't know. But he was like, you're going to go see that? And then I witnessed it. I knew what he was talking about.
Oh, so you guys watch the Avengers series? Both of you kind of movie buffs.
I actually
Noah's more of a Bridges of Madison County type guy.
Look, I don't. Oh, John, why do you have to insult me in front of my face, John? I love that movie. No, I love that movie. I love Bridges of Madison County. But John, I was going to say I'm not a big fan of these
superhero films.
And it's not even that. I'm not saying that a superhero movie can't be good, but like when I see Marvel churning out movies like people in the 20s churn butter, it's just kind of like, wow, this is kind of like a money scheme. Like they're making boatloads of money from just these mediocre.
I don't know if they're making boatloads anymore.
I also have a problem with like CGI.
Yeah, they rely heavily on that.
It's only if you see like how they make them, like without the CGI, it's just like green.
Green,
all the actors are just like, their clothes are CGI.
Yeah.
They're
even the backdrops aren't real.
Everything is fake. And John, I don't know, you've seen The Crow, right?
The one with the original with Brandon Lee?
Brandon Lee, yeah.
I tried watching that back in the day. I couldn't get into it.
I recently watched it like 2 months ago, and what they did in that movie, it was they made like no CGI, no nothing. It was all practical. Well, yeah, it was practical effects. So they just had like cardboard. They made a miniature city and like shot it like it was like the full thing.
Miniatures, yeah.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. It was like dirty and it was greasy and grimy, but it was real. Even though it wasn't actually like a city, but it still felt like you felt the emotions, what they were trying to capture. But it's kind of like, I'll tell you this, John. I recently watched The Queen's Gambit. It's a Netflix show from I think 2019 or 2020. It's not a true story, contrary to popular belief, but it's about this lady who's an orphan, and she gets really good at chess. It's like she's a chess prodigy.
Right.
But I was watching the show, and I was like, this is a great show, except for all these establishing shots are just cutting to just very obviously CGI backgrounds of just like a city, but it looks like animated. Like, I've seen kids' cartoon shows that look better animated than some of the CGI in the show. And it took me out of it, When I like watch a show like that, I can invest in the story. And then I see something just so blatantly cheap and just like they didn't care to like make that look nice. It just takes me out. It's just like I don't like it. So I think the Avengers are just kind of like cash grab movies. But I have a lot of people like them, and I have friends who like them. And I understand that. I get the appeal. I think Martin Scorsese said it best when he was like, the Avengers movies are like roller coaster rides. They're excitement that you go and you partake in, and it's just this wild experience. But I wouldn't necessarily call it like a film. It's not filmic. I'm sorry to get all movie snobby on you, John, but that's just my 5 cents. You can take it or leave it. Okay.
So I have a question about the Avengers.
Okay.
And I kind of didn't understand it. And the very last Avengers film, when, what is it, Thanos, I guess, gets all the rubies.
Yeah.
Did he actually, when you saw everybody kind of turning to dust, would you envision the entire universe just fading away into a nothingness again? Do you remember that when they were all and then they scanned Earth and then people were just disintegrating too?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you think that occurred and then world's gone and then the universe is gone and?
I think there's another universe.
Well, not everybody evaporated, right?
Oh.
Certain people did.
I don't know. I kind of envisioned just everything just turning to.
No, because I think I mean, I saw the film once, and that was enough for me because I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
It seemed like to me it was like one of these things where certain people disappeared, but not everybody, and that affected them going back into whatever timeline. This kind of stuff is, anytime you do time travel is very. The only movie I think has done it halfway right was Back to the Future. The time travel movies can be a little tricky, and that one definitely. But anyway, I think that was the whole point of. So what, Tony ended up surviving, but his wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, didn't, or something like that, or his daughter, or both of them. And so that's why they went back and did what they did, and he was the one to die at the end. But his family lived on, and his family lived on. It was something along those lines or something. But
all right, I can picture that then, yes.
If I remember right, I mean, all I saw was a lot of political jive being stuck in there, plus they made the Hulk like a background character in that film. I was like, why even have him in the film if you're just going to reduce him to a nothing? He was useless in that film.
Yeah, he's just a big human. He just became.
Yeah, but anyway.
So,
I'm glad we were able to solve all these issues with the superhero.
Yes.
Films.
Thank you for solving the world's problems.
That's why we're here. To make it a better world for superheroes.
I know. I do. I feel safe, more of a safe being of knowing that you two are on the radio. And Monday and Tuesday.
Next week's episode will be about Underdog.
Yep.
And we'll discuss that and how that, or Mighty Mouse even. I don't know.
Yeah. How about An American Tail?
Fievel. Whatever. I don't remember. I mean, it's been a long time. I vaguely
Let's
remember.
rewatch it today.
I don't think so.
Let's just put it on today.
Well, you do that, and I'll actually get some work done.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Okay. All right, caller. Well, thanks for calling in, and I hope you enjoyed that 4th of July celebration.
And also, caller, I just want you to know, John just waved to you over the radio.
I wave all the time.
Oh, a thumbs up or just a wave?
Just a wave.
Just
it was
a regular
just a good
wave.
old-fashioned wave.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a thumbs up right
you.
now. Too bad
I'm
you
actually
can't see it.
trying to make Noah a race like they did in that movie, Avengers. But he's not evaporating in front of me.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I give him the wave.
Oh, man. All right.
All right, well, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling
Thanks for
in.
allowing me to bore you. All right.
No, we're fine. Thanks. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
All right, bye. Well, that's going to wrap up our show. Noah.
Okay, John. All right.
So y'all have a wonderful magic day and happy joy feelings to you and yours. We'll talk at you tomorrow.
WFLO AM 870 Farmville.